Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know, with the holidays coming up, a lot of traveling is going to be taking place, and it had me thinking about what are the best ways or safest ways to travel with your watches. And that is exactly what we're going to get into in this video. So I'm going to share with you 5 things that you could and you should do when taking one or more watches with you on your trips. Okay, number 1, insurance. This may sound like an obvious one, but I cannot believe how many people own nice watches and never even think to get them insured. Check with your property insurance company and ask them if they provide a jewelry insurance rider or a standalone policy for coverage on your watches. This gives you peace of mind, not just for the watches that you have with you on your travels, but also for the watches that you left back home. I personally have a standalone policy that covers me with worldwide coverage, not only if my watches are stolen, but if they are lost or damaged. So trust me when I say that this is incredible peace of mind to have. My policy offers a 0 deductible, and there's an option for a blanket coverage for items valued between $100 up to $2,500 each. So that even covers your micro brand or your lesser expensive timepieces. And then for items worth over $2,500, I can insure those individually for their full replacement cost values. A couple of things to ask about if you seek this type of insurance are, what are the deductible options? Where does the coverage extend to? Is it worldwide or only within your home country, for example? And if they offer full replacement cost coverage. You don't want ACV or actual cash value policy coverage, since that factors in depreciation, which puts you at a disadvantage should the cost or value of your watch increase over time. Okay, number 2, consider taking only 1 or 2 watches. Again, it sounds like a no-brainer, but it's harder to lose the watch that you wear on the wrist. The more watches you travel with, the more substantial your loss may be. Now, this doesn't mean that the watch you're wearing isn't at risk, but if your bag goes missing or is stolen at the airport and your watch case was in that bag, well, now you've just lost multiple watches. So having fewer can help mitigate this risk, which leads to the next tip. Number 3, keep your extra watches in your carry-on instead of checked baggage. There are a ton of options of various watch rolls, cases, and equally as many options of carry-on bags or other luggage cases. If I'm going on a road trip or a short flight, I like to use my VOC carry-on leather duffel bag. This thing is such a great value for the price. It's made in America, nice supple full grain leather with the wide KK zippers and metal feet on the bottom. It has served me well over the years, and I know it's going to continue to develop a nice patina in the future. Now, this isn't being sponsored by this brand, it's just a bag that I own and I really like. Now, when I use a soft bag like this, I will always place a hard shell watch case inside, something like a Pelican style case, for example. If I'm going to use a hard shell suitcase or luggage case though, then I like to use a simple watch roll. This will ensure that the watches are protected through some layer of harder casing material. I'm in the process of shopping for new hard shell suitcases, so if you have any brand recommendations, please let me know in the comments. I always like to get personal references for items that I'm in the market for. Okay, number 4, invest in a discreet recording device, like this awesome one here. It looks like a USB cube charger, but it's actually a hidden camera. This isn't going to provide you with proactive security as an option, but rather gives you a reactive option to capture any theft in the act and would be useful in the process of attempting to recover your lost goods. You insert a simple micro SD card here, set it to record continuously with an override option, or have the motion detection mode set on to save on disk space. This one isn't perfect, it doesn't work in the dark or in very low light conditions. The quality could be better, and due to laws, it doesn't record audio. But if you're in a hotel room with access to a safe, you can set this up, point it at the direction of the doorway or towards the area of your valuables, and should things turn up missing, you can go back and check the video footage. Number 5, know the environment you're going to and what options you will have to protect yourself. I'm here in the great state of Texas. Don't think I need to fully elaborate on that. Let's just say this is one of the good old FAFO states in this great country. So personal protection device is something you could definitely take with you. This obviously is going to be harder to conceal, so I would recommend getting your license to carry and have a pistol with you. If you are maybe going to be traveling where that's going to be more of an issue and you're more worried about concealability, then you can always go with a smaller micro pistol, something that you can just keep in your front pocket like I do. And if concealing is not an issue, you could always go with the good old 12 gauge shotgun. Sometimes you just want to make sure you're not going to miss, and that's a great sound to let everyone know what's up. Now, should you end up traveling to a state or country where you are handicapped from your ability to protect yourself and your property, then do your best to learn of what the risk level is for certain watches that you plan to take. If there's a high incidence of crime and robbery, maybe leave the Rolexes back at home and instead take lesser known or less flashy brands. Again, this is where your insurance really plays a role if you really want to take your watches but aren't sure just how likely a theft may be to occur. Don't put yourself or your loved ones in a situation to become victimized over something like a wristwatch. Items can be replaced, but you and your loved ones simply cannot. Okay, one last bonus tip, and this one's more for the items you left back at home. Don't be posting all over social media about your trip, especially as you're on the trip. I can't tell you how many times I've seen someone on vacation posting publicly about their travels while they're actively happening. And I just think, I mean, if you have a shady neighbor that follows your social media, or if you're a target and you let it be known that you're out of the country, you could end up like that Archie luxury guy and come home to a devastating reality. Save all your photos, and once you're back home, post them all, blow up those feeds with your wrist shots. So there you have it. How to travel safely with your watches. Thanks for the support. Make sure you follow my channel if you're into watches, cigars, tactical kind of stuff. This is a channel for you, and I'd love your support. So thanks again for that. Make sure you like this video, and I will see you all at the next one. Until then, as always, may the Schwartz be with you. Take care.